You don't read music?
I don't know. Have you got a problem with that?
No, but it's quite amazing.
You have to mention it in front of all these people.
I mean, you're one of the most successful songwriters of all time, and you don't read music?
No, as long as the two of us know what we're doing.
Music. For many, it's the universal language. And while most people think reading sheet music is essential to mastering an instrument, the truth is, some of the most legendary musicians never learned how to read a single note. Instead, they followed their instincts, working from emotion and sound. Let's dive into the fascinating world of famous musicians who couldn't read music and still changed the game. Hans Zimmer, the maestro of film scores. Hans Zimmer, one of the most successful film composers in history, never learned to read traditional music notation. Zimmer, who started out playing in bands and later writing jingles, crafted unforgettable movie scores like those for Inception and The Lion King without formal music training. Instead, he relied on a deep emotional connection with sound, a skill he developed through practical experience.
The best music really happens once people really know what they're playing and they're not looking at their notes anymore.
Jimi Hendrix, the guitar legend. When you think of iconic guitarists, Jimi Hendrix's name always comes up. But here's the surprise. Despite his revolutionary guitar skills, Hendrix didn't follow formal music training.
I can't practice those. It's always constantly, what do you call it, like a jam, you know. It's hard for me to remember any notes because I'm constantly trying to create other things. That's why I make a lot of mistakes.
Do you read music?
No, not at all.
Sure.
In fact, he once revealed in 1969 that he never learned to read music. Instead, he relied on his emotional connection with the guitar. He would often use colors and words to describe the sound he was aiming for. Hendrix made his mark not by following notes, but by playing what he felt. Taylor Swift, the pop prodigy who dances to her own beat. One of today's biggest pop stars, Taylor Swift, has never learned to read music. She may be a multi-instrumentalist, but she once admitted that when music became too technical, it lost its magic for her. Swift focuses on feeling and storytelling, skills that have helped her craft hits for over a decade. Stevie Wonder, a vision beyond sight. Imagine being blind from birth and still creating some of the most captivating music ever heard. Stevie Wonder defied expectations from the start, mastering multiple instruments like the piano, harmonica, and drums. He signed with Motown at just 11 years old, and despite not reading music, Wonder became a powerhouse in the music industry, with 25 Grammy Awards to his name. Danny Elfman, a composer without the notes. Danny Elfman, the mastermind behind scores for films like Batman and Edward Scissorhands, shares a similar story. He didn't read or write music for most of his career. Elfman's creativity blossomed from his background in rock bands, proving that raw talent and imagination can often surpass formal education. Irving Berlin, writing classics without notes. Irving Berlin, the legendary composer of songs like White Christmas and God Bless America, never learned to read or write music. Instead, he used a special piano that played in one key. Berlin would play his compositions, and others would transcribe them for him. His ingenuity shows that sometimes the most classic songs come from thinking outside the box. Bob Dylan, the voice of a generation. Bob Dylan, one of the most influential singer-songwriters ever, created anthems without knowing how to read music. His songs were raw, emotional expressions of his thoughts, and it was this authenticity that made him a legend. Dylan's legacy shows that sometimes simplicity is key to creating a timeless piece. Eric Clapton, the guitar god who listened. Clapton is often regarded as one of the greatest guitarists in history. Yet, he admits that his learning process was all about listening, not reading. He recalls a moment working with Aretha Franklin, where he felt nervous because everyone else was reading from sheet music. But, as it turns out, Franklin didn't read music either. Clapton's mastery came from practicing with his ears, not his eyes.
Well, I'll just do the best I can at playing it. I listen and I learn, but I don't know how to read music at all.